One issue with nori is that your tanks can tear through it in a matter of seconds, but now there's the marine grazer, which is a great way to tie up your grazers, get them the food they need, but keep them occupied on this grazing ring. I'm here with Jacob. What is the exact intention of the grazing ring?
Well, there's a new era in fish food, Mark. Vitalis, we're the North American distributor of Vitalis.
Okay.
So you have seen this before. This was a very popular product before. The Marine Grazer by World Feeds, who's the parent company in the UK. So much stricter standards as far as manufacturing, ingredients, and we're very proud to distribute them here in the US. So you can see that more and more often through SaltwaterAquarium.com and other vendors as well. The Marine Grazer, it's a very unique blend. It's an extruded blend, which makes it different from everybody else's blend. So the low temperature processing retains all of its nutritional value and moisture content as well.
Okay.
So it doesn't break down like other foods, which makes it a little more unique in the polluted space that food is these days.
Because other foods are made with a heat process.
Correct.
Which damages the food.
It does. It does have added vitamins, minerals, astaxanthin as well. It does have some protein in it. It does have several vitamins and minerals as well. But this is a really unique thing, just to kind of a parlor trick where I would want everybody at a house party to come and watch all my fish graze on the ring. It's really neat. So it brings everybody out from all corners of your tank. We recommend that you put that about mid-tank.
Okay.
And it's very simple, just a suction cup, or a cap that holds it on to the suction cup.
So it's not going to come off, but it's also going to keep my fish there. If you want to look them over, like for diseases, I would think this is a great way too, because they're going to be right there in one spot.
We don't recommend that you keep it in overnight, so I wouldn't recommend it as a weekend feed. Like
Jimmy's got himself a pufferfish, or he's got a pufferfish coming. I've had this in a tank with triggerfish, and they destroy this thing in no time. I would think anything with teeth are just going to tear into it.
Yeah, well, one thing that you could look at doing, we're going to come out with a 2-pack of those suction cups. So you could put them in multiple locations. Jimmy's triggerfish, his pufferfish, can be on one side of the tank, eating while he's got his tangs on the other side of the tank.
Okay.
So, that's another way that I like to present that as well. So, multiple feeding stations around the tank makes for happy tank mates. Nobody gets too mad fighting over one ring.
And can I soak this in an enrichment or in any kind of medication?
You could. The way that it's made, it will soak that up as well.
Have you guys ever thought about a magnetic kind of holder for it, so I don't have to do it with a suction cup?
No, not necessarily magnetic. I mean, there's so much in the way of magnetics. There's so many different magnets out there. Do we want to present problems potentially in the tank? A lot of people go back to magnets and it caused this problem to my tank, caused that problem to my tank, but a plastic suction cup is not going to present any long-term problems in your tank.
So we have a grazer and we have a pellet, and you guys even have a flake.
Yep, it's a very unique product in the fact that it is extruded. Even the flake is extruded.
Okay.
So it's not a high-baked flake, so it's got all of its moisture content as well. They're very big flakes, they're chunky flakes, so and two, they don't dissolve for 24 plus hours either.
Really?
So
they just float around the tank?
They just float around the tank.
What? No.
Yeah,
I gotta try that.
It's really neat.
It won't last, but
and that's another benefit to the public aquariums that love them so much is the water quality aspect of this food is phenomenal. If you do have leftover food that's on the top, it's not going to just sink and break down as waste in your tank. So you can just simply scoop that right off the top, save your water clarity, and then always, don't overfeed.
Sure.
Only feed as much as your tank can eat in just a couple of minutes. But in that certain instance, say a kid at that party that came by and they saw the grazing ring and flake, let's throw in all kinds of flake. No, it's not going to dissolve quickly, so again, you can just kind of net that right off the top, and that's again one of the great benefits of the Vitalis food is its water clarity.
Do you guys have a carnivore flake, a herbivore flake, or is it just one type?
It's just one flake.
Okay.
It's all inclusive. It's got marine algae, it's got protein, shrimp, mussel, clams.
The fish are eating better than me.
Astaxanthin, yeah. I wouldn't recommend eating it, with your salad.
Come on, Jacob, you gotta do it, man. Let's go right now. Let's pop this thing open.
No.
Speaking of eating, though, you guys have a pellet, but you said you have an anemone, a sea anemone pellet.
Yeah, I love the anemone pellet. The great thing about some of the Vitalis food is its versatility. Now, with it being extruded and not baked, you can just simply take this food, you can break it apart. I prefer scissors, so I tell people to use scissors. Our anemone pellets are very versatile. I feed them to LPS, mushrooms, a very versatile diet.
Fish can eat them, that's okay?
They can, but most of the time, I've never seen an anemone not take this immediately, so nobody's going to bother it. It sinks pretty rapidly, and it's going to stick right on their tentacles and grab right into their mouth. So the same thing with our anemone pellets. You can take them, you can break them apart, you can actually mold them back together.
What?
And that's one of the neat benefits of the marine pellets. Let's take a look at these here, guys. So the marine pellets, and here's another parlor trick that I love to show people when they come into my house. Take a nice little palm full of these pellets here. And how many fish foods out there can you do this to? So we're just going to simply mold this like clay.
What?
Yep.
And then you can jam it on a rock.
You can jam it on a rock, and it creates a natural response. So,
so you can simulate their natural feeding, which is picking
exactly.
at a rock.
Yep.
So you just mush it down into this. It's ready to go.
You stick it on the glass, you can stick it on a rock. It's really neat.
Now, will this work in an automatic pellet feeder or a clump up?
I wouldn't recommend it in an automatic feeder. But one additional thing that you can do when molding this together is just take just a tiny little drop of tank water, and it'll help keep it in its form a little better.
Okay.
So, but there's no other fish food out there that can do this, which makes it very versatile. It feeds everything in the tank, so you don't got to worry about picky eaters. Vitalis anemone pellets, freshwater pellets, marine pellets.
And the grazer as well.
Grazers as well. We've got foods for all fish, all varieties.
And it's great that you guys are distributing them, because then we can get them at saltwateraquarium.com or your local fish store. It's going to be more available because you guys are distributing.